I am delighted to present my research proposal for a mixed method convergent parallel study on the impact of upstream rare earth elements industry in Malaysia. As background leading to this proposal, the 17 elements that makes up the rare earth elements have become critical to green energy technologies such as wind turbines and electric vehicles. The Malaysian National Mineral Industry and Transformation Plan 2021 to 2030 emphasizes the crucial role of rare earth elements valued at 747.2 billion ringgit to Malaysia's economy. As a result, Malaysian states Perak, Kedah, Penang and Kelantan are planning significant land allocations for rare earth mining valued at 331 billion ringgit as reported by the media. Yet, there are increasing concerns from environmentalists raising issues on the current and potential negative environmental impact in relation to land use, biodiversity, water and radioactive pollution, starting with the Linas Advanced Material Plant in Gebeng, Pahang, presenting a clash between economic growth and environmental sustainability. The problem statement is articulated as escalating tensions between economic prosperity and environmental sustainability in Malaysia's rare earth industry necessitates an in-depth examination of the future trajectory of this industry, particularly considering the potential economic impact, environmental consequences, and revenue implications for state and federal government. In essence, our research seeks to answer the pivotal question: how can Malaysia strike a balance between fostering economic growth in the rare earth industry while safeguarding its precious environmental resources? This study is significant as it aims to present Malaysian policymakers with a more balanced approach between economic growth and environmental conservation, responsible resource management, and path of sustainable growth and informed policymaking within the rare earth industry, where a knowledge gap seems to exist according to literature review. Additionally, the development of a more robust and integrated model for revenue forecasting and environmental impact assessment will provide tangible benefits to policymakers, industry stakeholders, and researchers alike. 4 research objectives have been identified, leading to 5 research questions and 1 integrated question. The first 2 research objectives concerns economic prosperity and environmental sustainability, and for each is a qualitative and quantitative question with corresponding conceptual frameworks identified. Research Objective 1: to evaluate the socio-economic impact of developing the upstream rare earth industry in Malaysia, focusing on revenue generation and local economic development. RQ1 Qualitative: what is the perceived socio-economic impact of developing the upstream rare earth industry in Malaysia, using conceptual framework stakeholder interview. RQ2 Quantitative: what is the potential revenue of an upstream rare earth industry to state and federal governments in Malaysia, conceptual framework economic analysis through modeling of a single mine. Research Objective 2: to assess the environmental impact of developing the upstream rare earth industry in Malaysia and understand stakeholders' perceptions of environmental consequences. This leads to a further 2 research question, RQ3 Qualitative: what is the perceived environmental impact of developing the upstream rare earth industry in Malaysia, using the conceptual framework stakeholder interview. RQ4 Quantitative: what is the environmental impact of developing the upstream industry in Malaysia, conceptual framework life cycle analysis of a single mine. Research Objective 3: to benchmark Malaysia's rare earth industry against global counterparts, identify best practices and suggest areas for improvement and development, leading to qualitative RQ5: what is the state of rare earth economies, both leading and emerging, and how can these serve as benchmarks for the development of Malaysia's rare earth industry, using the conceptual framework political, economic, social, technology, environment, and legal or PESTEL analysis. Research Objective 4: to integrate findings from environmental, economic, and benchmarking analysis to provide a comprehensive understanding of Malaysia's rare earth industry and inform policy making. RQ6: How does RQ1 to 5 intersect and influence each other, and what are the implications for policy making and sustainable development using the conceptual framework mixed method convergent analysis, which will be elaborated in the next slides. A mixed method convergent parallel design will add a deeper understanding of the relationship between environmental impact and economic growth. Both quantitative and qualitative data are collected concurrently, analyzed separately, but with equal priority. The analyses are integrated to provide a more comprehensive understanding of the research problem. For qualitative RQ1 and RQ3, a guided interview of stakeholders will be conducted through face-to-face or virtual platforms. For qualitative RQ5, a pastel analysis using observations of government reports, industry publications, academic research, news articles, and similar documents will be conducted on leading and emerging rare earth economies such as the United States, China, Australia, Vietnam, and Malaysia. All three qualitative data will be analyzed through en vivo to produce a thematic analysis. For quantitative RQ2 and RQ4, a linear regression analysis using secondary data will be conducted. Secondary data for RQ2 will be historical rare earth prices, production levels, export volumes, tax, royalties, operational costs. Secondary data for RQ3 will be historical energy consumption, water usage, greenhouse gas emissions, land use, and waste emissions. All secondary data will be from publicly available resources on the internet. This analysis will provide revenue forecasts for state and federal governments and environmental footprints such as carbon emissions, water and land usage, as well as waste generated. To validate the model, actual revenue and environmental footprints from established mines will be used. Once data analysis is completed, an integration of analysis will be conducted to understand the following: intersection analysis of convergence or divergence between RQ1 and RQ2 and between RQ3 and RQ4. 2. Combine the revenue forecasting RQ2 and environmental impact assessment RQ4 components into an integrated model and explore the trade-offs between revenue generation and environmental sustainability. 3. Analyze scenarios to understand how changes in production levels, operational efficiency, and environmental management practices affect both revenue and environmental impact. 4. Conduct sensitivity analysis to assess the robustness of the model to variations in key parameters. 5. Identify crucial factors that have the most significant influence on both revenue and environmental impact. And 6. Any other analysis that will become apparent once the integrated question is considered. In conclusion, our study aims to illuminate the path forward for Malaysia's rare earth elements industry, balancing the imperatives of economic growth with the demands of environmental sustainability, and provide policymakers, industry stakeholders, and the public with actionable insights and informed recommendations. References are included after this slide. Thank you for your attention. The full research proposal containing the details will be submitted in due course.